All right. So the term Solana means sunny side or sunny place. Did you know that, Preston?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you did. Yeah. Absolutely. And I say that because we're here in Solana Beach. Welcome to Happy Half Hour. I'm Troy Johnson. Next to me is the man, the myth, the founder of Bebemos Tequila, Jackie Bryant is right there. No, Jackie couldn't be here today, so Preston's going to be Jackie. You're looking...
Thank you.
Yeah, you look excellent. You need to grow the hair a little bit.
I'm trying, yeah.
Okay, all right. Preston's going to be sitting with me. This is the Bebemos Golden Hour. We're going to find the best dish because we're at Lana in Solana Beach, one of the most exciting restaurants that's opened up in San Diego in a long time because a lot of people that have basically helped build the scene, you know, and worked in the front of the house for some of the biggest restaurateurs, struck out on their own. And if you know North County in San Diego, as I kind of grew up here, you've been here
long enough to say I grew up here, yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of options.
No. This is huge. This is huge. I mean, obviously we had to say goodbye to CPK to get it, but it was...
No offense. I'm not laughing at CPK's demise. This is a former California pizza kitchen. The oven is actually in the back.
Still,
The yellow, beautiful oven is back there. And when you're building out a restaurant, it's kind of nice to have things that come in that they spent a lot of money on and they've cooked 1 billion pizzas, Southwestern burrito pizzas in that oven.
What was your go-to?
I was actually the busboy at the California Pizza Kitchen in Carmel Mountain Ranch, best busboy of the year.
I believe that.
Yeah, I still have their certificate. But mine was the Southwestern. It was like they had the corn and the beans, and it was just like a faux 1980s burrito on a pie.
Yeah, it was good.
What was yours?
I hate that I say this, but I got introduced to it because CPK, but it was the barbecue chicken pizza.
The barbecue chicken pizza, that was it?
I didn't know that was a thing you could do.
I know.
And I was like, wow.
So that CPK has been turned into a local with a great chef, a James Beard finalist that they have at the helm. They've got a bar director that we're going to meet in just a little bit is playing with Bebemos. About Solana Beach, because I'm a nerd, everything is Kumeyaay, right? Started with the Kumeyaay. Then you got Ed Fletcher. Ed Fletcher purchased land in 1922. He carved out Fletcher Cove. He set up a bank, a train station, a hotel. When they first opened the beach in 1924, they had horse races on the beach to mark the opening of the beach. It was like the Breeders' Cup on the beach in Solana Beach.
That's wild.
Home of the Belly Up Tavern, which is the greatest...
Amen. Yeah, one of the greatest venues in the world.
It's one of the greatest venues in the world. If you haven't been to the Belly Up Tavern, welcome to San Diego. It is. They named it the Belly Up because when they said that they were going to open up a music venue in Solana Beach, all of their friends said, "Congratulations on going bankrupt. You're going to be belly up within a year." And so they named it the Belly Up, and that's. I mean, the Rolling Stones have played there. I saw My Morning Jacket. I took Guy there one of the first times he came into San Diego with the owner of Hodad's.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just blown away because.
Well, they do secret shows too all the time. I mean,
all the time.
Incredible bands will come and they love playing at that venue.
And it did a Quonset hut. It kind of looks like MASH. If you've never been to Solana Beach, there's like 4 or 5 Quonset huts. It looks like the set of MASH. And if you're my age, you'll remember what that show was. It ruined your day because that meant cartoons was over and this weird army show was going on. And everybody who was older than me was like, no way, that was the most brilliant show in the entire world. What else about Cedros? Oh, Cedros Design District. You got like 85 boutiques. That's really what this place has been known for. Like if you made art, if you were a collector of things, if you wanted to design your house, you came up here. And when you came up here, you had absolutely nothing to eat. Yeah. I mean, genuinely, this was kind of a food desert for a long, long time. And I apologize to anybody who was operating here before. There definitely were some, but there just wasn't a critical mass. You know, Rare Society opened up here. Yep. About 2 years ago now.
Maybe a little more, but
a little more.
Yeah.
Brad Wise's Steakhouse that always has a line that starts 2 days before they open.
It is packed.
It is absolutely packed.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, we're going to meet the owners of Lana. We're going to meet their bar director. We're going to have some cocktails. And I am going to run your news really quickly. You ready for this? I'm going to try Jackie's job.
Go.
Hello, and welcome to Happy Half Hour. I'm Troy Johnson. This is your news. Down at the Westgate Hotel, one of the best French chefs secretly has been working for a very long time. That's Fabrice Hardel. The Westgate is a very ornate, kind of looks like Do you ever go over to one of your friends' houses and everything is ornate? Somebody got like the gilded fever.
It was curated.
It was,
yeah.
I mean, everything has the little like leaves that are coming off the ceramics, and it's beautiful. It's an old German style of architecture, you know. But I think they needed a re-up, and they just redid the entire restaurant. They redid the like hotel lobby, and Fabrice is doing a brasserie called Bon Vie Brasserie. They've got like, which is kind of funny. It's a Northern French restaurant, but
brasserie or brasserie?
I am not educated enough to answer that question. Okay, yeah,
fair.
Is guessing okay?
Yep.
Okay, guessing's great. Okay, so anybody who actually speaks French and doesn't butcher languages like me and shows a little bit of respect to the international French community, please write in.
A brasserie.
A brasserie. They're going to have like coq au vin. They've got Burgundy escargot. I love coq au vin because you know the best dishes in the world, taking tough meat by usually people who do not have a lot of money. They have time, right? In cultures where this was basically started with an old rooster. Coq au vin started with old rooster, tough meat. And you're like, we're not going to let this bird expire and not eat it because I have a family to feed. So you get time and you let that stew and you let it like cook it slow.
Coq au vin is one of the best dishes on the planet. Yep.
Best.
Love it.
You know, and then you think about the low and slow meats. I mean, that's where you get brisket. That's where you get birria, you know, and you basically take when goat meat is not necessarily the most tender meat in the world, but with like 9 hours underground and some herbs and spices, it becomes birria. Anyways, Bon Vie Brasserie is opening up in downtown. Leah's Lumpia closed. One of our favorite restaurants in San Diego. One of the original family that started the original Filipino restaurant, according to lore, I have not been able to go to the historical records and document that, but was the grandmother of the people that started this, and they used the original recipe for their hand-rolled lumpia. I've named it one of my favorite restaurants in San Diego for a long time, and they just closed in Barrio Logan in the last week and a half. The interesting thing about this, and you're going to hear a lot more about this, whether or not you're political or not, this is not a political statement, but they said that in Barrio Logan, one of the problems is because a lot of their patrons are a fear of ICE raids. You know, so
that's wild.
It's wild. So, I mean, we're talking about documented, you know, neighbors and customers and everything else that didn't want to go out in the barrio because they didn't want to deal with possibly being detained or questioned or something like that.
Well, that'll ruin your Friday night.
That would absolutely ruin your Friday night.
Yeah.
So they said that's a big problem. They're still doing really well with catering. They're doing really well on site. They're going to be doing Sycuan Casino, everything else, but they did close. One of my favorite events is coming to Tom Hams and Valley High. It's like the twin. I don't want to say Twin Towers because I feel like that's, well, you can mention Twin Towers, you know, but with all respect.
Yeah. Too soon.
It's our twin, you know, like bay view, water view restaurants down on Shelter Island. And they have an anniversary party. 10 years they've been doing brews, views, and shoes. They pair restaurants with a brewery. They have live music. It's right there on the water. I'm sure there's going to be 1,000 Hawaiian shirts. Like Valley High is going to partner with East Village Brew. The Friendly is going to do something with Fall Brewing. Hodad's partnering with Hodad's. And they're like, hey, yeah, well, I'm just keep it in the house. And there's going to be, I think there's like 10, 12 breweries and restaurants. That's going to be, I believe it's November 8th. I'm failing at Jackie's job here. It's coming up in the next week. Brews, views, and shoes. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And there's gonna be lots of Mai Tais, obviously.
One Mai Tai. You're only allowed to have one Mai Tai, Preston.
It's because it's 14 ounces of booze.
Because it's 14 ounces of booze. They've made that cocktail on Happy Half Hour. If you haven't seen the episode, you got to see the episode. It's one of San Diego's most famous cocktails in our history, and it is all straight booze. There's a 2-drink minimum. I think it's a 2.
Two max. Yeah.
Okay. All right, got it.
We have them make it with Bebemos now.
Do you really?
Yeah. It is incredible.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
All right, go get yourself a Bebemos Mai Tai. Drink
2.
All right.
Exactly 2.
Next Wednesday, we know the news of the passing of Lauren Craven, who was the officer who was struck while responding to something on the 5 freeway in San Diego. It's an absolute tragedy. The Cone Restaurant Group, next Wednesday at their restaurant, Casa Gabriela in La Mesa, 100% of all their sales all day long are going to go to Lauren Craven's family.
Really cool.
Go out there, take a drive to La Mesa. That woman makes the chef makes some of the best beans you will ever have, because she deep fries an onion and then makes that the base of all of her beans. It doesn't have lard. It just has that deep fried onion as the center aroma. It is awesome. Go spend a lot of money, and that's going to go to Lauren Craven's family. La Corriente, the famous Mexican restaurant that opened up in La Jolla, is going into Coronado. They just announced expansions. They've got that famous red snapper tostada, ceviches, agua chiles, Mexican seafood, and then 2 more. Valle, up in Oceanside. My friend Roberto Alcocer. He just had his 4-year anniversary. He wanted to build a Michelin star by moving his family up across the border, because he wanted to have really good health care for his kids. And he built the first Mexican Michelin star restaurant in San Diego. They've done a phenomenal job. They're doing a Dia de los Muertos party next week. I don't have the date again, Preston. It's happening, though. I think it's on Wednesday. We're going to fact check this.
Put it on the screen.
We'll put it on the screen or something. I don't know. We'll do some editing on this.
Or you could just say a bunch of dates, and then we'll cut out all of them except the one that's right.
This guy, he's a producer too.
I'm trying.
And then Chef's Giving. This is one of my favorite annual events. It happens down at the Pendry. It happens at Provisional Kitchen. Which is basically their all-day restaurant at the Pendry. The Pendry does a phenomenal job. It's one of my favorite. It's Claire's favorite restaurant, or a hotel in San Diego. Have you been?
Yeah. Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah. Lionfish, which is Jojo Ruiz.
That's my favorite there. Yeah. It's so good.
The best.
Yeah.
It is really good. But the really cool thing about this event is that they bring like 13 of the top San Diego chefs. They're doing Drew Deckman from Deckman's. He's got a Michelin star. Actually, has a couple of Michelin stars down for his restaurants down in Mexico.
Legend. Yeah.
A legend, and has his own restaurant, which they're renaming actually Deckman's in North Park. They're changing up the menu. They're kind of going. The first menu that they did, it just didn't hit the way that Drew wanted it to, and they're going to reconcept it and kind of make it more like his restaurant down in Valle de Guadalupe, which I think is a phenomenal idea. I talked to his wife the other day. Anyways, him, Matt Lyons from Tribute Pizza, Quentin Austin from Louisiana Purchase, John Bautista, who is up at the Park Hyatt Aviara, and Bern Rye. He has a James Beard nomination as well. Lauren Lawless, who is on Hell's Kitchen. Adrian Mendoza, who was the pastry chef at Urban Wood for a very long time, then was at Wayfarer Pastry. Anyways, the list goes on and on. All these chefs are going to be doing riffs on Thanksgiving dinner meals and side dishes and everything else, and they're raising money for the SD Food Bank.
So cool.
So cool. And which the food banks need a lot of help right now. If you get a chance, honestly, if you have time, treasure, or talent to help out some of these nonprofits, because especially with the government being shut down right now, I was just talking to the head of Feeding San Diego, and I believe it was somebody else that deals with hunger relief and food rescue, and they're saying they need all the help they can get, because a lot of the things, because of the shutdown, they're not getting the help and the services. So anyways, raising money for San Diego Food Bank, that's happening on November 13th. And that
is the news.
How'd I do? Yeah.
That was good.
I didn't know if my mouth would keep on going. You know,
you knew it would.
It would. It always does. That is your news for the week. Happy Half Hour. This is everything you need to know about San Diego's food scene every single week. And Bebemos Golden Hour is about to start. I want to talk to Preston. This is basically our founder between two ferns, between two tequilas.
Yeah.
We do a little check-in with Preston. Bebemos, San Diego's tequila. I know the people. I like the people. I know the quality of the product, which is phenomenal. And it's an easy one for me to get behind. Now that you launched this now, how many months ago?
I mean, officially June 2nd. We had a soft launch Cinco de Mayo, but June 2nd is when we actually had product to sell.
Okay. So you're less than 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now that you have the joy of launching your own product, which I'm sure comes with its trials and tribulations.
So easy. No. Everybody should do it.
Everyone just launch your own thing. Greatest success so far for you? Like, I mean, what was the one thing that you got in? You're like, oh God, like I can't believe that happened for us. Is it the billboards that you see on the freeway? Is it the?
I mean, gosh, so hard. I want to say actually the Del Mar Wine and Food Festival.
I did not pay him to say that.
Yes,
That is a phenomenal food festival, and everybody should go all the time.
It is, yeah.
It's only once a year, but you should go.
And this is totally true, not just because I like you. It is the best food festival that exists.
It's good.
It's the best one. I've been to tons. So, yeah, great job. And so Bebemos was there. We had a pop-up speakeasy inside of the Brant Beef Experience. That was just, I mean, for me, that was magical.
It's really a magical event, and everybody there has a really cool space. But what these guys did is that you rebuilt. I mean, it was a 1930s speakeasy, and everybody else is out in the open in the sun, and they had like this little curtain that you pull back, and inside these really strapping men are just feeding you like bone marrow luges full of Bebemos Tequila. It was a spectacle. It was a scene. It looked like it was designed by Paul Basil. It was
Patrick,
awesome.
that was his his vision.
So Patrick is one of the partners in this as well, who has done like country music awards and like the design of this award-winning bottle, and he does like basically your vibe, right?
It's the vibe.
Okay.
He is the vibe.
Okay, what's been the hardest day so far? Was it when you couldn't get product? What happened?
I mean, that was definitely hard, but that's solved with little ingenuity and travel.
Spit and glue and duct tape?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
No, I think really the biggest trial is that every day I'm behind because there's so much to do.
Every single day.
Going to sleep at night is really hard because you know that you could do more. Yeah. But if you don't shut off, then you'll die. So So it's just that's the hardest part is I don't think that there will ever be a catch up.
Yep.
And accepting that emotionally, I think that's the hardest part.
You can't get it out of your brain. When Claire and I took over San Diego Magazine, it was the same thing. I'm like, there's 40,000 things that I could do to make this creative, amazing media company, and eventually I have to go to sleep.
Yeah. How many of the 40,000 have you got to so far?
I got to about 246.
Nice.
It's
encouraging.
Down one by one. And that's it, right? I mean, you're constantly. You have how many accounts in San Diego now?
I think 156.
156, including Lana. Which we're going to have a cocktail with Bebemos in a little bit. What is next? Like, do you have any events coming up? Do you have?
Oh gosh, yeah. I probably should have brought that. Have you been to the Paddle 9 in Sereno Valley?
No.
By the Carl Strauss?
No.
Do you know Paddle or Padel?
Padel.
The sport? Yeah.
Okay.
So they've got a huge. It's the only tournament court, from what I believe, in the United States.
Okay.
And they're doing a tournament this weekend. Is it this weekend? Yeah.
Is it this? This is great because both us are doing this. We're like, is that event this weekend?
I think it's this weekend. Yeah.
Jackie, you're welcome back on the show next week. Thanks. All right. So Paddle 9, you've got an event there.
Yeah. So 2-day tournament. So we're setting up our bar and just serving everybody there that's watching the tournament games. Halloween, crazy stuff. I'm sure.
Yep.
Thursday is Icons of San Diego.
Okay.
At La Jolla Beach and Tennis Club.
La Jolla Beach and Tennis?
Yep.
Okay.
There's stuff.
Oh,
the San Diego Food and Wine Festival on the 8th.
Yeah, we don't mention that.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
They canceled
San Diego
it, actually.
Food and Wine Festival is fantastic. It's been around San Diego for a very long time, 22 years or 24 or something like that. Michelle has done a fantastic job on the 8th. Okay.
So we'll be there.
Okay.
As well.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. You can date other people. And like, what is it when for you? Like when you're in 150 accounts now, are you still surprised that when somebody says yes? Or
it's just the elation for any of it because there's so much validation that comes with someone tasting it and going like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like this is incredible.
Yeah.
It's a yes.
Yeah.
Especially when they say no right out the gates. Like we already have so many tequilas.
Yeah.
And we're like, do you have a Wheadon?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what opens the doors because most people are like, what is that?
And how many nights do you go out? Do you ever get to see your kids and your family and your wife?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a priority. So I no matter what, for sure, one night a week, we have family dinner together. But it used to be 7 nights a week. So things are...
Yeah.
Some things get sacrificed.
And you look at your kids in the eye, you're like, I'm doing this for you, all right?
Yes.
I'm going to be out every single night.
Yeah.
You're not going to see me for just a little bit. You're going to remember my face. I'm going to paste it in your bedroom somewhere, so you remember who I am, but I'm trying to build something for us.
Yeah, the good thing is my boy wants to work for Bebemos. So
how old's your boy?
He's 18.
Oh,
So, 3 years. Or he international accounts, I guess.
international accounts.
Yeah.
He's on it.
Yeah.
All right.
So, he gets it.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. All right. So that is a little founders catch up with the product that, again, I met you on an airplane. You said you were doing this, and I was terrified because I hate it when my friends give me something and it doesn't work. You're like, oh God, don't make me taste it. It could not be good. Phenomenal. We've talked about it many, many times. But this is not a reposado. It is not an añejo.
It's a joven. It's all three: Blanco, Repo, and Añejo, all in one.
Yeah, and so it's got that great finish, that start, that middle, that kind of wise old tequila flavor. It is phenomenal. Check it out. Next, we're going to bring on Lana, the owners of Lana, the guys that created this from scratch, took over an old CPK and gave Solana Beach probably one of the biggest openings in the last year and a half, maybe. Yes, whenever Rare Society opened, and then we have Rustic Root too. I gotta give Rustic Root some love as well. But we're gonna talk to them, get their story, and we're gonna find out which dish you have to order when you come in and order Bebemos. All right, so we told you about Lana in the beginning of the show. This is where we're sitting. It is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. This right
Great
here
job.
is a man who's been he's been gallivanting around in a very worky way.
Yeah.
In San Diego's food scene for a very, very, very long time. Not very, very. You're not like 95.
No, but I'm a bit of a restaurant alley cat. I just wander and I stay when you put a warm bowl of milk out. So be careful.
Okay, so now you're putting your own milk out because
this is true.
this is the first time. So, okay.
You might want to rephrase that, but
that is an odd phrasing. I
Yeah.
will say that.
Sure
Don't edit
is.
that out. We'll leave that one
No.
in. Okay, so let's walk through a little bit of the history of where you've been in San Diego. Ocean Air. If everybody remembers Ocean Air, that's where Brian Malarkey started, and you were there at the same time. Right?
For sure. I actually came out to visit a friend who was opening a Ruth's Chris steakhouse overseas, and I said, where should I go eat? He goes, go check out Ocean Air. They've got a Top Chef on. Energy's great. Went in there. The bartenders were super high energy. The food was amazing. I still remember the meal that I had.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I got to work at a place like this. So I totally sent my resume in on a whim. A couple weeks later, I was flying out for an interview, and then 3 weeks after that, I was packing up my car and driving out west. So that was my start.
Did you dollar oysters?
Yeah, we went through an insane amount of oysters, and we had that
unreal.
refrigerated cut room for all the fish, and it was the things that happen behind the scenes there. It was madness.
And that was one of the kind of a seminal room for San Diego's food scene. I mean, you came out of there. I'm going to give you seminal status, now because this is one of the biggest openings, and I haven't actually introduced him yet. This is co-owner of Lana, the place, the biggest opening in Solana Beach in a long time, Travis LeGrand.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There he
everybody. There we go.
So the wave of the camera going. So let's go back to that room. It was on the corner of, I want to say, 4th and Market?
4th and J.
4th and J.
Yep.
4th and J in downtown. Brian Malarkey's in the kitchen. He's on Top Chef. It's a chain restaurant, but it's a good chain.
That one was different. That Ocean Air was different than the other 11.
Ocean Air was different.
Yeah.
So you helped open up Ruth Chris. And then you also did Waypoint Public.
Well, so I was at Ocean Air, and then Brian went to open Searsucker.
Yep.
And I tried to defect and jump onto that train, but he delayed me until Burlap opened. So I went and helped open Burlap. Then worked at Herringbone through that opening. And then I went to open Waypoint Public, which the chef of Herringbone opened that side project, Amanda Baumgarten, if you remember
Amanda
her.
Baumgartner. Yep.
So worked at Waypoint Public for a little while, helped open a couple of those restaurants. Then I got married, had a child, ended up at the Marine Room, just needed a super stable environment. So I was the GM for the Marine Room for 3 years leading up into COVID, and that's where the bottom fell out of that one.
Right.
I was with Tracy Borkham at Urban Kitchen Group for the past 5 years.
Cucina Urbana, Cucina Enoteca.
Yeah. Great.
But always trying to find a path into ownership, and I had a broker that was sending me spots here, there, and everywhere, but I was really focused on the North County corridor. I thought that this little coastal area was going to pop off. He said, go check out the CPK. They're at the end of their lease. Let me know what you think. And I walked in, and I was like, this is it. I love the bones of the place. I love the location. I just thought that this spot could do something super
You knew
special.
right away.
Yeah.
When you know, you
just
know.
felt right.
Yeah.
This is like what happens when your friend walks into your house and like you haven't changed your house in a long time, because CPK has a very specific branding and they've been the same exact way for a very, very long time.
For sure.
But somebody walks into your house, you haven't done anything, and they're like, let me just go down to the flea market. Let me just I have a design degree and I'm going to turn this into something that's magical and actually feels like a home. This is a radically different spot.
Yeah.
It looks great, man.
Yeah, we put a few expensive coats of paint on it, that's for sure. But I mean, it's a progress, right? I mean, everything starts at a point and it evolves. And the original idea that I had in my head, it's different. I think we kept the.
What was I want to go back to the original idea because, and I'm going to try and keep linear, and I don't do linear very well, so we'll see how this goes. I mean, you've been in San Diego's food scene for a long time. You're a GM. You're kind of stable. You got a Marine. You had the Marine room until COVID. I mean, you could have just kept on going and been at the top and just been an employee and not had to like run your own ship and worry about EBITDAs and everything else. When did you and Mark Wheadon, who's your partner, I've known him in San Diego for a long time. He's a great wine guy, restaurant person in San Diego. I was really kind of like just a good person, but also knows the food scene really, really well. What was the day in the room that you guys were like, let's do this?
Well, I've known Mark since the Herringbone days. I mean, the GM at Herringbone said, clear your schedules. Mark's coming in and he's got the good stuff.
Okay.
So we all sat down and tasted some Kongsgaard Albarino. There was a wine called Finamore from the south of France that we all fell in love with. So just some really unique stuff. And so I've been buying wine from Mark ever since.
Yep.
But I reached out to Mark because he lives in Solana Beach, and I said,
"Oh, so he knew."
And this was after you viewed it.
After I viewed it,
Okay.
I hadn't put any blood on paper yet. But I just said, "What do you know the CPK?" And he goes, "Of course, everybody knows that CPK.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody
iconic.
They're
right on 101, right here in Solana Beach. As soon as you come up past the brig, past a couple things, this is the major structure that you realize.
Yeah, when it was such a family destination because it's just everybody's happy. Everybody gets a cheese pizza or a barbecue chicken chop, whatever.
Barbecue chicken. Let's go.
So I just, after he said, "Yeah, I know the space," I'm like, "What do you think about a restaurant going there? And will it be busy enough? Can the area handle an upscale neighborhood spot?" And immediately my phone started ringing. He goes, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Well, CPK's trying to get out of their lease." And he's like, "What do you think about partnering up?" And those conversations just kept going and escalating until we signed the lease. And then it was just like,
I talked to his wife, and she's not happy with either one of you.
No. She's not. She's a sweetheart. I love Ann. But
is that true?
Yeah, she's been the voice of reason. She's like the Jiminy Cricket, just telling us be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So,
I mean, that is, and look, for me, at least, somebody who's been in San Diego for a really, really long time, God bless CPK. I mean, they made an amazing thing, and they had captured a moment in time in America. I mean, I was working there when I was 19 years old, best boy in Carmel Mountain Ranch at CPK. But this
are they still at the mall, Fashion Valley? Or are they?
I think so. There's a couple around.
Okay.
I think Fashion Valley
So
has a stripped down one or changed. No, I think that changed.
Oh, okay. So they're gone.
Fact check us on the did CPK change in Fashion Valley. Thank you so much. But this needed to be a local place. It's such iconic, and Solana Beach really didn't have much. You got Brad Wise up at Rare Society, and I don't mean to slander any other local restaurateurs that have been here a long time, but just didn't have enough, I guess.
Yeah, we've complained for a long time.
For sure.
I mean, living up here, it's the food scene needed. It needed a shot in the arm. And so, like,
blood. Yeah.
Well, and if you look at Gaslamp, Little Italy, North Park, it's like you can't. There's too many places to choose from.
Yeah.
And up here, it's just like, well, let's go to same old spot. So just a little bit more diversity, and there's been restaurants opening kind of down the way from us, and hopefully the rising tide lifts all boats, and it'll just create more traffic down here. So.
Okay,
I think for sure.
We're going to continue talking about the story of you guys and exactly what you're doing here. But before this food gets cold, and again, I have not tasted actually hot food in a very, very long time. So it's almost perfect for me at this point in time. Yeah. It's about room temp.
We didn't want to burn your palate there.
To find our favorite dish, and this is why we do the Bebemos Golden Tours, to find some of the best dishes in San Diego and create a bucket list for you guys. Something that goes really well, with the Wheadon of Bebemos. But what do you guys have here? These are 4 of your favorite dishes.
Yeah, I'll start kind of from the top of the table down. So this is our gold-spotted Baja sea bass agua chile. It's got that super punchy lime, cilantro, chili pepper agua chile. It's got an avocado mousse. The fish is marinated just briefly before it hits the plate, so it doesn't sit in there and overcook.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a super quick marinade. Some pickled shallots, some micro herbs, a few different radishes. But yeah, super delicious dish.
So to open up this place, and you started with oh God, I'm forgetting his name, McIntyre, David McIntyre.
Yep.
David McIntyre, who again Mark knew. Your partner knew because they had opened up Crescent Heights in downtown San Diego in about 2009, I want to say.
Yeah, 2008-9, but literally the day they opened is the day the stock market crashed. So that's
a big
part
I
of their
remember
story,
this.
Yeah.
So
was it their fault or
The
timing seems a little
fishy.
little sus.
Well,
jeez.
Yeah, but bad timing.
That
for
was
sure.
bad timing. So David McIntyre obviously was the opening chef that helped you guys launch this and design some of the opening menu. And we'll get to the transition of chefs here in just a little bit because one of my favorite chefs is now in the kitchen. But David McIntyre is a great guy. He was at Wolfgang Puck. He ran Spago in I think London for
and he opened restaurants in Bahrain and Dubai. I mean, he was Wolfgang's right-hand fellow.
Yeah.
But he just has a long, deep Rolodex of talent and recipes and knows the opening process. And we needed someone to just lay the foundation, and he did an amazing job. And I definitely think when our guests first came in.
Shit, that's good.
Nice. Yeah, I think when our guests came in, they were like really surprised at how high quality the food was.
Right.
And just how well executed
And you
it was.
need, obviously you need that opening chef. And a lot of times what people will do, and you're messing this up badly, is that...
Not the first time.
A lot of times what restaurants will do is they'll hire somebody like David to come on in, and they'll launch, and everybody's like, oh my God, the food's amazing. And then you get 700 Yelp reviews saying this is the best food. They've got the best portions. They got everything else. And then they'll get rid of that chef, and it will slowly go downhill, but the reviews are there, and they're locked in. You doubled down. And when David...
Yeah, I went the reverse.
You
Not
went
on
the
purpose.
reverse.
But
Yeah.
They
here we
just
are.
hired or just partnered with one of my favorite guys in San Diego, who's basically was he one of the opening? He was the opening team. No, he came into Juniper and Ivy about 10 years ago, I think.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, he worked with Blaze in Atlanta at the Spence.
Yeah.
He's a savant. He's freak.
Yeah, so he came out as part of the opening team with Juniper and eventually very quickly became the executive chef. I think when the Crack Shack place opened and that chef had to go over there to kind of manage that opening process, Anthony stepped into the role and never
Anthony
left.
Wells.
Yeah.
Anthony Wells has been in San Diego for a long time, and when he left Juniper and Ivy about I think 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, or something like that. He said he was going to do his own thing. He went to Hotel La Jolla for just a little bit, and I didn't know if he was going to stay around. He didn't know if he was going to stay around. I know I had a conversation with him. He said, I don't know. We'll see. I'm so damn glad he is now
we're
here.
super excited.
He's now here, and you guys are starting your second chapter, like only now, what, 6 months in?
We've been open 4 months and 8 days. So, 4 months in. But, yeah.
You know exactly.
I do know exactly.
Because he hasn't slept in 4 months and 8 days. He knows.
Yeah.
You got one of those advent calendars for sleep?
Well, it's like the rock wall in Castaway. I just put a chalk mark every morning when I wake up. I survived, and now I know.
That's it.
But we're super excited to have him. It's great.
So what was what was the idea? Then you talked to Mark, and you had David, and you obviously have run a lot of the top high end restaurants. You've done massive volume restaurants. What hole did you see in the market, and were you just doing Mediterranean California cuisine? You're like, I want a bang-in bar program. I want
I mean, for me, and again, these things always progress and evolve, but Mark and I both agreed on day one we wanted to create an upscale neighborhood restaurant. There's so many amazing restaurants in San Diego. Again, not to take away from any of them, but there's restaurants that you go to once to kind of see what's under the hood, and you just don't go back, whether it's price or whether it's I've already seen the environment, I've already tasted the food, but I can't eat that food every single day. We wanted to be that place that you come in for happy hour on Wednesday, you come in for a Bebemos meeting on Friday with some clients, and then you come in with your significant other on Saturday night for date night.
Yeah.
And you can eat this food multiple times a week, and there's things on the menu that aren't super overwhelming, but everything's super approachable. I mean, we wanted comfort at every step of the way. Environment, cuisine, hospitality, beverage, and price point. We wanted everything to just feel right. And, give you that sense of value when you walked out the door.
And it's kind of nice because even though, I mean, Solana Beach, obviously it's, there's definitely some high net value here, high net worth here. You could have tried to like really gouge everyone, but I mean, it doesn't matter what stage of life you are economically, you still want to feel like you got a good deal, that you're not just breaking the bank every single night that you go out to a restaurant.
The pricing is great.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've had several people tell us that it needs to be increased. But we want
your accountant.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
How's that P&L?
We want volume. We want energy. We want people coming back here over and over again, and that's what we think is going to allow us to stand the test of time.
Yeah, 4 months, 8 days.
Yeah. Well, we need to get to a decade.
Yeah.
So
let's
chalking off that wall.
What's that song that's reminding me of? It's been 4 months. Is it Smash Mouth?
Bare Naked Ladies?
Bare Naked Ladies. I think it is. Yes. 4 months and 8 days. You got your own Bare Naked Ladies song here at Solana Beach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I love that it's an all-day, family-friendly kind of like neighborhood upscale restaurant, right? It's obviously upscale. The design is beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It kind of has like this wood paneling. Kind of reminds me of like that uncle who drinks and reads a lot.
Yeah,
it actually
That's
feels
Preston.
very. I was going to say this is very Bebemos. I'm like, can we? Shoot here more often. Yeah,
that's it. And then but then you got that beautiful bar. I mean, it was designed by a woman who had helped design Lecoq in La Jolla. She'd work at Paul Basil for.
She did Raised by Wolves.
Okay,
she got a pretty serious resume.
And you can feel it. I mean, it's beautiful. It's well done. But you're carrying on the CPK tradition of being like a family-friendly, all-day kind of thing.
Yeah, and I mean, we have a children's menu, so there's options there. Okay. But we always thought that this would, kind of unlike CPK, that this would be the place that you bring your children and teach them what it means to eat at a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
And how to behave, and how to not, make the floor a complete
you
disaster.
You don't do that at the Addison? That's not...
No. Well, I mean, you can. But,
you should
but
not.
This is a place where you bring your children and you connect. And
and
that's, to me, that's what hospitality is all about, is just that connection. And, even during COVID, when we're all doing that soul searching, I mean, in my mind, breaking bread, having beverage, having food is something that is never going to go away, no matter what's going on in the world. It's going to change. It's going to have its peaks and valleys, but everybody always loves to sit down for a meal and connect with people, and that's what.
And
it's all
you
about
still have the oven, right?
Yeah, well, and that's why I wanted to make sure to bring out the chicken. This came
out of the CPK oven that's still back there.
Well, the 33-year, 4-month, and 8-day-old CPK yellow brick oven.
Was it 33 years?
Yeah, they were here for 33 years, which is crazy.
Oh,
they had a good run.
God.
Yeah.
And so if you walk in, you can see, because they've got this beautiful wood paneling now, and it's got these kind of like Titanic windows that you can see into the kitchen, and you can see that yellow CPK kitchen.
There.
That is so, I mean, the terroir on that thing, I mean, that seasoning, it's like a walk, of...
That's incredible.
Okay, now what?
The chicken's amazing.
What is this?
So it's our half-roasted Jidori chicken. Okay. They get the skin as crispy as humanly possible in the wood-fired oven. It comes with a Yukon Gold potato puree that has an ungodly amount of butter in it, and then this natural chicken jus that takes us days to make, but it's just super unctuous and super savory. I mean, I can't tell you how many times people say, I never order chicken when I go to a restaurant, but I had to have this chicken, and I'm so glad I did.
Yeah, that's chicken.
But yeah, that's one of the big hitters on the menu.
Flattened and butterfly, crispy skin. It looks like you got like a ducel of mushrooms up here almost.
Yeah, it's got some sauteed mushrooms in that jus. But yeah, that's one of the...
Would you mind passing me that?
There is one of the things... Yeah. All right. Well, that chicken right there.
Thank you.
We'll take a second, because part of this is matching what this tequila goes with the best. Salud, my friends. Congratulations on getting your restaurant open.
Appreciate
Cheers.
it.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Getting your
4
tequila
months, 8
launched.
days.
Yeah,
Getting
nice.
your restaurant open, lasting through racetrack summer.
Yeah, that was a wild summer, but some of those busy nights, I was like, I hope it's like this for the next 10 years.
I know
It will be.
Yeah. I mean, summer's just huge up here.
That is.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
So
good.
if you get like a fire roasted thing, I mean, anything that's got that hearth in it too, that's going to go fantastic for
sure.
tequila, right?
Smoky,
because I mean, all of that fruit, you take the peanuts out and you put them in an oven just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a lot of fun. We have a couple wood-fired pizzas, a cast iron skillet veal meatball dish. So, and I think more and more stuff is going to come out of that oven as Anthony kind of takes the reins and puts his.
So Anthony just got his paws in there.
Yeah.
He's
what
just
does that
getting the
look
lay
like?
of the land. He's going to
sure.
be rolling things out over the next few months. So come in and check it out.
How do you decide what gets taken off the menu to?
I mean, there's, Anthony's in charge of that process per se. I mean, it's a collaborative effort. We'll all sit and taste and talk. But he's definitely the culinary,
How often do you do that? I mean, what are you doing it weekly? Because I mean, you have like shift meals, right? So do you have like every week? Do you kind of try a few new ideas?
I mean, that's the right now. I mean, Anthony's been here 5 weeks. I think just understanding how things operate, getting to know the team,
Sure.
Getting everything stabilized was goal number one.
Yeah.
So I mean, I hope we taste food, once a week, if not more.
Okay.
But everything that he's brought out is he did this wood-fired pink snapper dish from La Paz that had like capers, olives, cherry tomatoes, this Calabrian chili vinaigrette, and it was just like local seafood, super simple but done really well. And it's like a half a fish that you just slide into the wood-fired oven, season it, comes out super crispy and delicious. So yeah, you put that down.
Can we get
and,
that? I want
well,
Yeah.
I want that.
Well, I don't know.
I know we're ad-libbing, we're
There
free
we go.
jazzing, and just tasking the kitchen with a whole new menu right now in the middle
sorry,
of the
guys,
podcast.
this-
I love this. Yeah, I fully support it. I think Travis should.
Could be the Bebemos talking, but
No.
All right.
but yeah, he's going to really start to just get the menu local, get it
Yep.
seasonal, and get it Anthony Wells version.
It's Anthony Wells. Again, James Beard finalist. And just a good dude who knows his farmers and his fishermen and everything else. Every time I went in there and to Juniper and Ivy when he was there, he'd always like, Steve, right? I got this fish from Steve, and I got, you just genuinely had relationships with
sure.
the people
Yeah.
that were coming off the boats and, the farmers that were coming down.
Yeah.
There's people that talk about it and there's people that do it. So when you brought out this dish, you pointed at it. You're like, no, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one for me. It's hand cut fresh tagliatelle, sautéed mushrooms. They make this mushroom nage, which is like this super rich, super buttery mushroom stock. And they'll cook the pasta. They saute the mushrooms with garlic, shallots, herbs. Add the mushroom nage, then toss it with butter, Parmesan, toss it with the fresh pasta. It's just, it's so comforting to me. I always tell people that
Oh, God.
that scene in the movie Ratatouille where the snarky, and he takes a bite of the ratatouille and gets whisked back to his childhood. That's the dish that does it for me. And I have to limit myself to like one of those a quarter, or else I'd be in big trouble. But,
I've got to stop the westward expansion of my midsection as well.
yeah. But it is, to me, that's the dish that every time I taste it, it just hits home.
Mushrooms. If you make a mushroom nage, basically, you're creating like the Big Bang of flavor with that,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, it's just,
That's like your ponzu. That's like your.
yeah, it's got the umami, it's got the richness, and yeah, every time I walk by a table and I see that on the on that they've ordered that,
You
I'm like,
reach on your finger.
yeah, no, I'd get in big trouble for that one. Might see that on the Yelp review, but I just know that I'm going to have a good interaction. I know that when I check in on them and I say, "How's everything tasting?" that they're going to look at me and be like, "We're in good shape here."
Yeah.
So,
It
yeah,
almost should just be required to order that. Like,
I tell
you're
people.
eating here, you have to get this.
Yeah, yeah, it's an amazing
that
dish.
is
for sure.
fantastic.
Yeah, that is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, and fresh pasta is just something that has always been super comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, especially after the pandemic, because we all tried to make it.
Yeah.
we all were
That
making
and sourdough, yeah.
that sourdough and banana bread, right?
Yeah.
It's like it became the holy trinity of COVID.
Yeah.
You're like, that's it. It's like the mirepoix of devastation.
And a little bit of drinking.
Right.
Just
And
a-
just a
just a
tiny
tiny bit.
bit of drinking.
The tiniest.
Okay, so now that you sound your 4 months in, and we are going to get into, I told these guys beforehand, San Diego Magazine just released their issue for 40 tacos, very important tacos that you need to eat before you die. Got to go pick up the issue right now. We did a massive search. It was a very fun story to do. And I've got a few of my favorite taco shops, and I tasked you guys with mentioning your favorite taco shops. We're going to do a little bit of a taco shop draft here in a second, but I want to hear more about Lana.
Got it.
what are you guys doing with the bar? So the bar, you brought in somebody that's been around for a bit and had been at a few different really good cocktail scenes.
So yeah, Brandon and I worked at Burlap together. That's where we first crossed paths. And he was a spirit rep. He worked for El Silencio, and then he worked for another smaller mezcal brand that I'm sure he can mention.
He knows his agave.
Yes, he's heavy into agave spirits. But I actually reached out to him saying, hey, I need a bar manager. Who do you know? And so he started tossing some names out. And then a week later, he called me and he said, what do you think about me throwing my name in the hat? I've been, pounding the pavement for a while.
And he's like, and why didn't you ask me directly in the first place?
Well, he's not that vain, but maybe he thought that in his mind.
We'll find out real soon.
Well, and he recommended one of his kind of really good bartending friends who works here now as well as his right-hand man. So we were able to get them both, which was great.
Is that who's working here right now?
Brandon and Alec.
Okay,
nice.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
You did a great introduction of him. Can we bring him on over and explain these drinks?
Yeah,
okay.
let's get him.
See him in a sec. All right, so now another key component of the place. Brandon Curry, bar director, bar manager?
Bar manager.
Bar manager.
Yeah.
Okay, the guy behind the pitch, the guy making the drinks.
The guy.
First off, I want to know what this is because this is the beginning of a Bebemos cocktail infusion, and it kind of tastes like I'm drinking a green juice. My chakras are being aligned. I can feel my vitality coming back. What is this thing?
That's the idea behind it. So it is the syrup we use is ginger and cilantro.
Yeah.
So just break the ginger down, puree it with cilantro and a little bit of sugar, and then fresh lime and Bebemos with a Fresno chili garnish. And it was one of those cocktails when I first tried it, I knew that the flavor was on, but to me the color is so stark and it really stands out. If one person
Looks
at the
like a
bar
Baja
orders
Blast
it,
or a
like
Mountain Dew.
there's literally like 4 other people that are like, okay, what's that? Let's go, let's do that. So it's not just the color, but the flavor as well. But it's it stands out.
Feels healthy.
It stands out. Yeah, it's super healthy.
We got another one.
Yeah, I'm hooked.
It's Saturday and Sunday in a glass. That's it. Or it's,
Like I could be drinking this at the spa.
yeah. That is a spa drink for sure. You know what I love? Have you guys thought about this? Because this is Solana Beach. Solana Beach is made of cheekbones and abs. And it is just, I mean, people here are just so beautiful and in shape and into health. And, it is like one big smoothie shop where people live inside of it. Have you thought about doing, I think you should do wellness cocktails. That is kind of one, I mean,
That's a wellness cocktail.
That feels like one.
Coming 2026, we have
beet
Lana
juice.
Spa.
Yeah, Lana Spa. Nice. I know. I think it would go over really well, and I think you guys should launch that. That's it.
We're gonna put it in the queue.
Okay, we'll put it in the queue.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
The-
As long as I feel like my ideas were listened to.
There you go. Well,
Technically a marriage, I think.
we do have some super cool NA cocktails that use NA spirits. Talk about Brandon will tell you, but they're cool.
We have a whole lineup. We have 4 different NA cocktails that we use. The major brand that we work with is called Oplos.
Okay.
And so we have a couple different cocktails. We use that just like fresh lime, fresh mint. And then we have another one it's like a lemon highball.
Awesome.
But yeah, they're amazing. We wanted to not just offer like non-alcoholic cocktails that are just like a replacement with like, lemonade, strawberry, anything like that. We actually wanted to think about how non-alcoholic spirits are going to be used in a creative way and in a way that when they come in, guests feel like they're actually thought about and respected. And for anyone who doesn't want to drink, it's like, all right, this is your place. Like we really want to honor that and respect that. So
and if you do want to drink, you just add Bebemos to
there you
any
go.
of those.
You could easily do that.
Sounds like
fantastic. Just a little floater.
just a little floater. Yeah.
Well, you got to think about a cocktail as it's all the ingredients together. It's the Beatles, right? You can't just take Ringo out, Be like, well, you got most of the Beatles, Oh, I guess maybe you could take Ringo out. You couldn't. Just kidding. Sorry, Ringo.
Wow.
Anyways, okay, so that one's fantastic. What is that one right there?
This one's called the Brush with the Devil. So this is going to be Bebemos as the base with our strawberry and Thai basil syrup that we make here in house, fresh lemon, and then just a little bit of soda to give it a lift. So it's like a fancy tequila highball, essentially.
Will you share with us?
Will I share it with you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll think about it. If you pass me the general, I'll trade you.
Oh, look at this, a little tray going on. Okay, all right. There you go. Yep.
There we
Get a
go.
little refresh.
The
Okay.
general is incredible.
Thank you. And I understand all of your names and your drinks too have a little bit of a pop culture bent to them too.
Yeah. Yeah. We always try to be like a little bit cheeky with our pop culture names.
Okay.
Brush with the Devil is a reference to an old blues song. And then the General is actually an homage to one of our investors' wives who helped me kind of come up with this cocktail. So her name's Jen.
Okay.
And we're just like, all right, let's just do something playful with that name, General. We have another vodka cocktail on the menu called the Piper No, which comes from White Lotus.
Yeah.
And I cannot tell you how many people have come in and just laughed and, you know, like,
They get the
yeah, you
reference.
guys remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't watch it. I couldn't. I failed as a human being. I'm like the only human being in the last 10 years that didn't like the show. I just can't. My wife.
it's not for everybody.
Not get enough of it.
It's not for
I know.
everybody, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
You? Anybody?
I have 2 children, so I don't watch anything.
I don't have any time.
cartoons.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think for anyone in like between their late 20s and early 40s, they're gonna get it. It's kind of like the demographic that HBO was looking for that show, and it's it's like one of those things. But it's,
So you got
it works
good
out.
5-ingredient cocktails, and this is kind of one of the things because you can get into the cocktail arts, and I'm sure you've been there too, where you centrifuge, you do all the reverse osmosising and everything, right? Or you can make something that's a little bit more like basic. Not basics are the wrong word. Innovative, but like replicable across multiple formats. That's kind of the idea, right?
Yeah, we wanted to. I mean, because we knew that Lana was going to be very busy.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to burden our bar team with 7, 8 ingredient cocktails or any kind of reverse osmosis or any of the crazy technical stuff.
Yep.
I wanted to keep it pretty simple so we could just batch the syrups and source the best quality ingredients that we can get from specialty, and then really create it like a fun cocktail program that can easily be doled out to the masses when it's
phenomenal. This one actually is. I think this was my favorite. I mean, I do love cilantro and ginger too. So that's tough. Those are both fantastic. Yeah. But the one of the biggest problems is you want to be creative, but creative takes a long time when you're talking about a bar. A great cocktail is worth it if I'm not waiting an hour for that cocktail, or like I'm getting to the bar, I'm like, oh God, this is no longer an experience. I'm not moving through the experience.
Yeah, when you pass being thirsty and you're like, well,
I know.
It's tough. I mean, I remember a group of 12 came in for a birthday, and they all ordered 12 different cocktails, and I had to run to the bartender and be like, I'm ringing this in, queue up this, and this, and you'll see the rest on the ticket.
Advance apologies.
Yeah. So
okay,
cocktails can be tough. But
all right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For creating both of those cocktails. They're fantastic. I will be a regular here soon, and we're going to start off our juice cleanse together. We'll be putting like various spirits in our juice cleanse.
I love it.
All right.
Sounds good. Mostly Bebemos.
yes.
All right. So that was the kind of the guide to Lana's cocktail program. Both of those. Which one? This one or that one?
I like the General.
The General.
I mean, they're both incredible, but
I'm a sucker for a little pink drink, though.
yeah. I mean, Thai basil too. The forgotten basil.
All right. It's like a boat drink in Solana. Okay. I told you guys that we're going to do our favorite taco shops. We're going to do round by round. You cannot choose you cannot choose the same one that somebody else did. You get 3. Who wants to go first?
So favorite taco shops or favorite tacos or
Okay, you can do whatever.
dealer's choice?
No, it's not taco shops because I have one that's definitely not just a taco shop.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever one you want. You
Okay,
start.
so just three tacos. Okay, so
you
here we
only
go.
get to do one at a time. So we're gonna
Okay, got it. So I'll start with my favorite fish taco in San Diego, and it's the fried cod taco at Blue Water in Ocean Beach.
Oh,
It's got like
that's
beautiful
like
flower
6 blocks-
portrait. Yeah.
6 feet from my place.
Yeah, and it comes with salsa verde, and the fish is always super crispy and hot, and it hits every single time.
Now that one is phenomenal. If you don't know the Braun brothers, they grew up in OB. They're like 3rd generation Obetians. Their dad was a fisherman. Took about on the boat all the time. He knows all the fishermen from OBM Point Loma, and they get it right. So that's why that fish is so good. All right, you can go.
It's fantastic. So this one obviously isn't fair because taco's in the name, but the Taco Stand's grilled fish taco is it. Again, you get the homemade tortilla.
Yeah.
It's coming right there.
Yeah.
And then every piece of it is perfectly balanced, right? There's not too much sauce, not too little. Every ounce of it, when you take a bite, you're like, yes, this is the only thing that I would change if I was going to mess with it is that I would say that the Fish 101's fish taco is great, but it doesn't have the fresh tortilla, so it's missing it. So Taco Stand wins on the fish taco.
Well, and this
if
is
we're
what-
doing fish tacos, I thought I would pony up on that. Yeah.
I mean, taco stand, people can make fun of it because it's got 8 or 9 locations. And anytime anything has like 2 locations, like, oh, it's a chain. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it's a guy who opened up a second shop or a third shop. It's like somebody trying to make it in America. Please stop.
Yeah.
Their chef came from Pujol,
Yeah.
who was named one of the best restaurants in the world by every single media outlet in the world.
Yeah, if we
down in
could pick
Mexico City.
tacos outside of San Diego,
Yeah.
Pujol has the best taco tasting menu on the planet.
Yeah. So Panchito Ibanez was the right-hand man to Enrique Olvera. So that's why he basically oversees all those. Okay, for mine, I'm taking us into Point Loma. It's a classic. It's like an enclosed-in patio, La Perla. La Perla, that is like the California Burrito Kings. And the reason why they're the California Burrito Kings is because of that marinated meat. Get the carne asada taco. It's just a classic, great OB Point Loma, where kind of modern San Diego started by a couple of fishermen. All right, second taco.
Well, he stole mine with the taco stand, but the filet mignon taco at Puesto, I've always had
so
it.
good.
Yeah, that one is killer.
It is so good.
Yeah, I can't afford to eat more than one in a sitting, but I could eat like 15 of them.
No, it is phenomenal. And again, goes back to the chain thing. You get so much hate sometimes because they're like, oh no, it's a big empire, and I'm like, because it started by this guy who was a hairstylist and a taco caterer on the side. You know how that story started about the crispy cheese? It started because he was doing what is called a French curl on a client as a hairstylist, and as that you wrap a cone of hair and you form the French curl, and he goes, huh. What if I did that with cheese? And then I put all of the taco payload inside of it, and Puesto's idea was born.
Yeah. It's the most genius thing I've ever tried. Yeah.
So good. All right.
I'm going to go El Pueblo off Birmingham in Cardiff.
Okay.
I know it's kind of like it's a gas station and it's Mexican food attached to it.
Great.
But they and this isn't for their fish taco, but they had 99-cent fish tacos for forever. Now it's like $1.29 or whatever. But that's what would get you there. You'd see the sign, you're like, 99-cent fish taco, especially when you're driving home late at night and maybe had a couple drinks.
$1 to my name. Yes.
Yeah. So, but their carne asada tacos are incredible.
No,
totally under the radar. You get their street tacos, so you get like 5 of them. Perfect.
Some of my favorite food in the world comes in gas stations, I swear to God, especially in the Midwest. Midwest has a great gas station culture. It's kind of coming out here now. All right, so mine, I'm going to do De Cabeza. That's in Chula Vista. It's in this little mall next to some like a nail and wax salon, and they do full head cooking. And they do lengua, and they have chapulines, they get grasshoppers, they got it all. They're using every single part. Tripa, tripe, But the Cabeza tacos, you can actually order an entire head and share it among your 4 friends. But the Cabeza tacos, if you haven't had it, I know it sounds disgusting, but look, that's how people have been eating for generations and generations, and it is succulent, sweet, tender meat. All right. 2. That's it. We're calling it 6 tacos for your enjoyment. You got to go check out those places. Check out San Diego Magazine's Top 40. Which one? This goal here today was to find your favorite dish, our favorite dish that we would pair with Bebemos. Which one took home the cake for you?
Wild enough, it was the chicken.
It's a chicken.
It's a chicken.
That chicken is so phenomenal.
Yeah.
That is the CPK oven roasted chicken with mushrooms and an ungodly, I think all amounts of butter are godly, by the way.
Yeah, there's a few sticks in there.
There's actually no potato in that. It's just
potatoy butter. That is a phenomenal. It's like they stick to your ribs, classic Americana too. So come down, get the roasted chicken at Lana in Solana Beach. Gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit.
Thank you.
It took way too long. The restaurant's open behind us. The Bebemos Golden Hour. My friend has launched a tequila, and he's getting it into all the restaurants like this. Come down, have some of this, have some of that roasted chicken. That agua chile is fantastic, and that pasta as well. And that burger, we didn't even talk about it, but I'm gonna get to it later.
We gotta leave a wanting.
Okay.
Something. So
Thanksgiving. You're open for Thanksgiving?
We are open for Thanksgiving. Yeah. 1 to 7, November 27th. We're gonna have a menu with some of our classics, but also some holiday-inspired dishes. So don't cook or clean. Make a reservation.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do not cook or clean. That's it for Happy Half Hour. We'll be back next week, I believe, with Puffer Malarkey. We going down to Lecoq? All right, we're going to go check in with Brian Malarkey, Christopher Puffer, and Tara from Lecoq and get their story about being in La Jolla and La Jolla's rise.
And will you ask about the name?
I will not ask Tara.
Okay.
Yes. She says Lecoq.
It'll come up.
It'll come up, though. It might come up. All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Take care.